Hello everybody, Rudy Fruity here, and I am bringing you another Azur video aimed for beginners because I have been getting a few questions from some people who have just picked up the game pretty recently, so I'm here to give you some insight. So one question I get pretty often is a gear guide, like what gear should you be using, what gear should you be getting, how do you get the gear, stuff like that. Assuming you're at the beginner level, which is like, I'm kind of looking at beginner level as like, let's say like before chapter 10. Anytime before chapter 10, you're beginner enough. At that point in the game, yeah, just getting any sort of gear, literally any sort of gear that isn't gray. I'll show you what I have. See, I have purple stuff, and this is just barely what I was able to obtain from just doing stages and doing my daily missions. And you'll eventually get resources either in the form of parts or gearboxes, which by the way, okay, I guess we should make this a segment here. Let's talk about gearboxes. So if you're beginning the game, you're going to be getting these boxes that look like this. You'll most likely be getting a lot of the gray boxes. Do not open the gray boxes. You want to use them to craft into the blue gearboxes. And then even then, do not open the blue ones because you can craft these into a purple box. So the reason why you want to do that is because with the gray boxes, you have a higher chance of getting mostly gray gear, and very rarely you will get blue gear. Now, you want the higher rarity gear, so the higher rarity of the box, the higher rarity of the gear you'll get. So purple boxes, you're guaranteed to get rare gear, at least, but there is a chance you could get elite gear, the purple gear, which is what you really want. But when you're starting out in the game, just take whatever you can get, really. And you don't even really need crazy gold gear to get you through the game. Or crazy purple gear. This is my side account. I don't really play it too much. But let's see, how far have I gotten with the story for this one? I've gone as far as chapter 9. Now, as far as me with chapter 9 goes, I could probably start grinding chapter 8 because these, this gun, the 127mm dual guns, are kind of a standard gun. And a lot of the, this is like a standard torpedo. Like, not outstanding, but it's just a standard, like, baseline that you'll get in the late game. I always just say the mid game, really. Everything here in chapter 8 is like the standard, and then I forget what we get later on over here. This one's all right. This one isn't as useful, but hey, it's good to have. And 7, I forget what we get in 7. This is also a pretty good torpedo. It's a bit faster than the other one, to my memory. That one's a good gun. Okay, yeah, you want the Roombas. Roombas are a really good standard anti-air gun. Definitely want those. And this is also a pretty decent anti-air gun as well. Yeah, so you don't really need to grind too much for gear, although it is the biggest hurdle you have. As soon as you get decent gear, then that's when you can just rely on your levels of your fleets, which, by the way, I guess we could go into the section of talking about fleet composition. I really only have one main fleet. This one right here. These are all ships I have gotten for free. I did not pull any of these. I got them from just grinding the levels. So it's a bit of luck on that part that I was able to obtain these pretty decent ships just from, you know, playing the game. Soryu and Hiryu are really, in my opinion, really good beginner aircraft carriers. They got me through my first playthrough, and now they're getting me through this one. Nelson is a really good battleship. She has, especially for a ship you could get just for in the game, her Big 7 barrage is really good. I forget what this skill does. Increase her firepower, accuracy, stack up to 3 times. Okay, so she buffs herself. And yeah. Okay, yeah, so she's a good battleship. Does good damage, which is why she's on my boss fleet. I guess I should mention this about fleet composition. You really want to have 2 types of fleets. You want your mob fleet and then your boss fleet. This is really standard Azur Lane build practice. You want a fleet that has a healer, which Unicorn is also a healer, one of the best healers in the game. And she will carry you pretty much to the end of the game. Really. You get her, you give her like purple stuff, and then you're golden. Yeah, see, you have a ship that heals the fleet for your mob fleet specifically, because they're going to be fighting all the enemies that spawn, and then the boss fleet takes care of just the boss. So this one is like the most powerful ships you have, just to like speed run a fight, you know. You want your highest damaging ships in this fleet. In the beginning of the game, you really only have to worry about levels, really. Definitely level up skills from the academy when you can, but levels will carry you, and decent gear will carry you through the beginning of the game. But yeah, so with one fleet for mobs, another fleet for bosses. That's basic standard of what I would recommend for fleet composition. By the way, all these ships you see here in this fleet, Indianapolis and Portland, Helena, you could get them for free, and you could actually get them, I think, guaranteed in the guild shop. So let's take a look. I don't, because the guild shop is a shop that sort of fluctuates. So if you go to Elite, you could also get Unicorn for free. You get Helena for free. Yeah, there she is. Just use your guild tokens, which you get from joining a guild. By the way, I have a guild you could join just to get the guild tokens. I'm not that active. I have 2 guilds. Names of them on screen right now. One in the Amagi server, the other one in the Little Enterprise server. And you can also get Portland for free, Amazon for free. That's a good ship as well. And all the ships in this pool that you could get aren't that outstanding, to be honest. But yeah, you could get really decent ships guaranteed. You could get Unicorn, which is the most essential ship, for free, just using your guild tokens. Okay, trying to think what else. Some people are asking for fleet composition, gear. As far as late game gear, I can't really comment on because I haven't really gotten there myself. I'm a pretty casual player. Maybe I'll hunker down someday and actually make that guide. But there's a lot of good resources online as well. There are some pretty recent gear guides, although they can be a bit like hard to digest in terms of like the way they present the information. It is still sound information. Anyways, that's kind of it. Just general beginner tips I have here for this video because people have been asking for it. I do have a bunch of older videos, so definitely try to catch up with my old tips. You'll probably see a lot of repeated information. But yeah, I would really recommend checking out my other videos. After checking them out, maybe giving some comments on like what else you would like to know, that sort of thing. All right, thank you very much for watching, and subscribe if you're new. I do Azur Lane content pretty often. I do other stuff as well. So yeah, lots of fun stuff happening here, and you're very much welcome to join. All right, thank you again. Take care.